Lancers, hope you had a great weekend. I'm Sabrina here with Aram and you're watching GTV News. The yearly tradition of Picture Day was this past week. All students went to Grant Hall during their English class to have their pictures taken for the yearbook and school ID. Many freshmen were shocked to receive their IDs immediately because they're usually a 1 to 2 week wait in middle school. Hopefully you all like your pictures, and now that you have your IDs, remember it's mandatory to have it with you while on campus. Lost or stolen IDs can always be replaced in the attendance office during lunch or after school for a small fee, of course.
Do you need credits? Would you like to learn a marketable skill that'll turn your career? Or would you just like to explore your career options? Students who live in Los Angeles area may sign up for ROP classes taught at Friedman Occupation Center in downtown LA, banking. Banking, retail merchandising, animal caretaking, veterinarian technician classes, and many more are available if you're interested. Go to the Career Center and find out more information.
Over the weekend, Beyond the Bell hosted a leadership camp at the Clear Creek Camp in Angeles National Forest. Many students from all over LAUSD attended, including 3 from Grant. The students who attended hold a leadership position in the Champions program. The camp offered training courses for these students as well as an opportunity to make friends and just have a good time. This is the first of many trips planned by the Beyond the Bell program throughout the year. For more information about the program and how you can get involved, stop by room 301 during lunch or after school.
In sports news, our varsity football team destroyed North Hollywood on Friday. The defense was on fire, preventing North Hollywood from scoring any points until the final 3 minutes of the game. Number 59 Joshua Alford led the defensive charge with a total of 7 tackles. Our Lancers also succeeded in completing 3 sacks and preventing North Hollywood from gaining yards. In the end, Grant won the game 28-8 with a record of 2-2 for the season. So far, go Lancers!
October is National Hispanic Heritage Month. This month celebrates the culture, contributions, and heritage of Hispanic Americans. The 31-day period between September 15th and October 15th was set aside for this annual observance by Congress back in 1988. Los Angeles has the largest population of Mexicans outside of Mexico City and an ever-growing Latin American population, so the Hispanic roots are strong here. Festivals and parades are taking place all over the city in celebration of the month.
Speaking of the Latin American population, Meg Whitman and Jerry Brown made history this past Saturday by participating in the first ever language debate in the race for California governor. With Latinos making up 21% of the California electorate, it's nearly impossible for candidates to win this election without winning their vote. Whitman was on the defense for much of the debate, trying to explain why she hired an illegal immigrant even though she says business that hired these workers should be rated and held accountable. We'll have to wait and see if this hurts her in the election.
In national political news, thousands of liberals showed up to Washington, D.C. for an event called the One Nation Rally. The participants want the powers in Washington to help the working class, create jobs, and reform immigration. This event comes just 5 weeks after Glenn Beck held a similar rally in Washington for the conservative movement known as the Tea Party. Both parties are gearing up for a hard fight in this year's midterm elections.
In political entertainment news on Friday, CNN fired its daytime anchor Rick Sanchez just 1 day after he called Jon Stewart a bigot in the radio interview. Sanchez went on to say that everyone who runs CNN is a lot like Stewart, referring to the fact that Stewart is Jewish. Later on in the interview, Sanchez tried to soften the blow by saying Stewart wasn't a bigot, just that he was prejudicial. That wasn't enough to save him his job, however.
In sports news, season tickets for the Lakers season went on sale this past Saturday. Prices were increased over the previous seasons, but the Lakers don't seem worried. There are only about 1,000 tickets available for each game, and if history is any indication, most of the games will sell out. In fact, the Lakers have sold out their past 188 regular season and playoff home games. The games this season are expected to be intense because the Lakers are looked at as the team to beat.
Well, that's it for this week, Lancers. Thanks for joining us here on GTV News, and have a great week and an awesome weekend. Yeah. Now we dance for the camera.
What happened now?
I have no clumps. I'm just dancing.